What is psychological trauma? We all know traumatic experiences. Nightmares, fear, flashbacks, and avoidance are typical symptoms of trauma-related disorders that do not disappear by finding meaning. These are situations in which our life or our dignity is threatened. We are overwhelmed with our ability to react, and there is, subjectively, no way out. Symptoms arise at the level of the psyche and body. Examples can be a car accident, a rape, a war experience, or even bullying. To understand what happens in our body during a traumatic experience, let's first look at how regular experiences are processed and stored in the brain. All impressions pass the entrance gate to consciousness, which is our thalamus in the brain. Behind the thalamus, the amygdala evaluates whether there is an emergency case or not. The check between the thalamus and the amygdala is very fast. At the same time, the impressions are compared with existing knowledge by the hippocampus, which takes a little longer. We only remember what the amygdala classified as emotionally relevant. It is stored by the hippocampus in the place where similar information is already available. This ensures that we can remember. Traumatic experiences trigger an emergency mode. The emergency mode ensures that the information is processed differently. The amygdala reports danger and thus stops the internal processing of impressions. The body now reacts with survival mode. Blood is pumped into the muscles so that we can fight or run away. Sometimes we freeze. We find it difficult to think in the situation because the prefrontal cortex is less supplied with blood. In the autonomic nervous system, the sympathetic nerves are activated. In emergency mode, events are no longer filtered according to emotional relevance, but end up unfiltered in the trauma memory. Trauma memory is not directly accessible to us. We get in touch by fragmented memories showing up from the inside or triggers coming from our environment. After the event is over, our organism tries to sort and clean up the traumatic memory. Much of this happens during sleep, which often takes several days. Post-traumatic stress disorders such as sleep disorders, panic attacks, fear, avoidance, increased alertness, or flashbacks only occur when our organism has not been able to sort through the trauma memory. Here's an example. Eve survived a terrorist attack. In the nights after, she sleeps restlessly. During the day, she is jumpy and avoids going outside. Sometimes she feels she is reliving the terrorist attack. She stands there with her eyes wide open and loses control. Eve can no longer distinguish between then and now. Her brain is in emergency mode. She has a flashback. In trauma therapy, we help the organism to retrieve the fragments of the trauma memory and sort them into the narrative memory to stop the symptoms. In case of a traumatic experience in adulthood, healing is easily possible. It is more difficult when there are recurring traumatic experiences beginning in early childhood. Small children can split off part of her personality in trauma situations and, in worst case, develop several personalities in order to cope with all the pain. Such splits are the strongest form of dissociation. Victims are often not able to network their experiences in some areas of life. They cannot learn from certain episodes of life because the information is not stored in a coherent way. It makes sense to clear up the trauma memory, bring everything to the surface and work them through. Logotherapists can easily make the mistake of de-reflecting from the symptoms. Then the patient learns to live with the trauma and retain suffering. However, Viktor Frankl mentioned that the suffering should be stopped if that is possible. Therefore, it is in the spirit of logotherapy to recognize the symptoms as a task. The active processing of trauma memories reduces symptoms and brings to light details that can be very important in the process of finding meaning. There are several ways to process trauma experiences. In the next video, I will show you how it can be done.